Hey guys, welcome back. If you're watching this live, happy National Hot Dog Day. That is today. Um, that's exciting. It's also Happy World Emoji Day, which is fun. Comment your favorite emoji in the stream. I think mine is the actually I haven't thought this through. Which one is mine? Mine is probably the upside down smiley face. That's the one I go to a lot. Ooh, and the hot dogs are a good emoji. Yeah, good job. Nice. Anyways, we're playing Myst III. It's crazy that we've gotten this far in the series already. Let me go ahead and pull that up. But if you were not here last time, let me do a quick review for you guys. Basically, oh, how do we wrap this up? So, spoilers if you haven't played the last game, but we found Atris again and Catherine, and they are trying to create a new world for the Denis civilization. But there's somebody who doesn't want them to. Somebody's really mad at them and laid a trap for Atris, and we happen to fall into that trap. And we are on this random new world, and they got a baby. Yeah, Catherine had a baby. And we're just hoping that it doesn't turn out evil, just like the last two. Maybe this one will be different. Third time's a charm, right? But yeah, we are on this new island, and oh god, what was his name? Oh, we'll remember his name soon. But he trapped us here, and he laid a trap for Atris that we're in, and we now just need to find our way out. That's basically all that I know right now, so let's get in there. This world that we got trapped in is not this world, actually. This is one of the side worlds. There are 3 worlds that I think we'll go into, because there's 3 books that we need to find clues inside of. And this is the first one that we've gone into. It looks really beautiful. It's my favorite Myst age that I've ever been in, actually. It is so pretty. I mean, look at these clouds. Beautiful sunset, beautiful architecture, beautiful music, beautiful ocean views. There's like a little reflection pool. Let's see if I can find that. Actually, it might be a second before I find that again, but there's a whole little reflection pool too. Serene is a good word for it. This is a very serene place. Oh. I thought you were literally saying the word serene. I thought you just misspelled it. But yeah, maybe that's what they call this world. Once we find the linking book, we'll remember exactly what it's called. And we left off with me being confused by all the puzzles, of course, as usual. Because there's a bunch of different puzzles on this world where you lift yourself up into the air, and you have a little panel with controls. And when you press a button, the controls make a giant snowball appear out of nowhere, roll around this fun little track that's set up, and does something eventually. We don't know what it's supposed to do, but usually they just break right now. I don't think that's what we're trying to do, but that's what normally happens. We're trying to figure out how to make them not break, I guess. Oh, there's the little reflection pool over there. They've got all of those like little hexagonal geographical features, like the hexagonal pillars of stone all over this place. Love that. Oh, here's the little ceiling that poops the snowballs out. Here, let me show you. It's so fun. So you press that lever, and then the ceiling floats up into the air. And that's the snowball. It's like it laid an egg. It laid an egg, and the egg rolls around and crashes and burns and dies. So yeah. Hello, Fuzzy Jezzy. I just didn't trust myself. Yeah. Oh no, you've linked to the only age I haven't been to yet. Gonna have to skip this one. Oh no! Okay. We won't be in here very long, Fuzzy Jezzy, just so you know. I'm probably gonna go check out the other ages pretty soon. Because I still don't know what to do here, and I think I want some time to focus on other things. Focus on myself. Focus on personal projects. If I can remember how to get off of here. Because I unfortunately don't remember how to get off of here right now. It won't let me walk that way or that way. Oh. Oh, there were stairs. I forgot about that. There's a little ladder here. Oh, I forgot about this mural. This is the only unsettling part about this place. Is this really ugly mural. My theory is that this is Cirrus and Akinar, the evil two brothers that we don't like. And I don't know who this guy is, but everybody's mad at him. And he seems to be protecting them? Maybe it's Atris. Looks like Voldemort? Which one looks like Voldemort? Like this one's bald, and then this one has like the weird nose. So maybe they're like combined. Maybe combined they become Voldemort. The robe guy does. Oh. I guess so. I think he kind of looks like Princess Leia. That's a Princess Leia robe if I ever saw one. And it looks like she's singing, that big open mouth. Aww. Maybe it's just my time on screen, maybe. Yeah. Dude. But you know what, maybe I don't need time away from this place. Maybe I should explore more. Because I bet I can figure out which one of these isn't going to kill the snowball. See, there's this hoop that the little snowballs fly through, and last time it flew through this, it broke. So I don't think it's on the right setting. I think it needs to be something else. And you know what? This does line up with the panel that was up there that we were at just a second ago, so maybe I need to set this to wherever the ball is. You guys get what I'm saying. I need to set it to wherever the ball is on the panel when it flies through this area. And I really hate this. I hate that it makes you stand inside of it. That is so unsettling. Ugh. Okay, let's go back and let's shoot another snowball down. By the way, tonight I'm drinking, you guessed it, tea. It's a new tea that I haven't tried before. It's actually, what's in it again? It's balloon flower and pear tea. How crazy is that? Never had balloon flower before, but I really like it. The pear is obviously a little sweet, and then the balloon flower is almost a little nutty, so it's like a sweet and nutty kind of tea. 10 out of 10 recommend. Really, really good. The nuttiness is almost like, it's almost like sesame oil. If you've ever cooked with sesame oil, it's that kind of nuttiness. Which I never thought I would taste in a tea, but here we are, and it's really good. This is so visceral scary. That area is very visceral. You love ginger peach turmeric tea. I love anything peach tea. Peach is always good. And we love turmeric. It's anti-inflammatory, good for your body. The weirdest mechanic. Okay, is it gonna die? Oh, it didn't. It made it through to the second one. Okay, so here's the confusing part. Let's see if I can figure this out. Right now... Sorry, I'm thinking. Wait, I need to watch the panel again one more time. Let me do that. Because I was thinking that the little snowball icon that's on the panel here, not the big one that actually goes through the hoops, but the one that's down here on the panel, I was thinking that it starts over here and then it rolls clockwise all the way around. And that makes me wonder, when I get to the setting, do I want to set it to this thing? Or do I want to set it to whatever correlates with this area? I don't know. Maybe I want to do this one. Let me watch it one more time. You're always inflamed. I'm glad you got ginger peach turmeric tea then. Yeah, so I think I do want to do that top setting. And I have noticed that the bottom little thing on the panel, that little bottom doohickey, is messed up. It's not rotated the same way as the rest of them, and the snowball falls out. So I don't know how to fix that, but I have noticed. Don't worry. I am going to keep an eye out for ways to fix that. The puzzles really jumped in complexity here in Myst 3. Yeah. And so did the magic roofs. Congress is going to ban those roofs. Where was that ladder? Oh. It's not a very, it's not a... What am I trying to say? It's not an easily findable ladder from the top. It doesn't look like there's a ladder there. I still can't get over that chicken roof that lays an egg and flies in the air. Like, what? What is the point of that? Why couldn't you just be a normal roof? So we're gonna set this to this thing here. Nope, not that one. This one. And see if it dies again, or if it continues. Ugh, okay. Hurting my soul. I'm resisting the urge to run, because I know we're not supposed to run in these games. We're supposed to pause and look at every scene, make sure we're not missing anything. There's probably a hidden lever somewhere that I've already missed. Magnets? Why does it go Bert? I don't know why it does that. It feels like it's almost magic now. Oh, there's a platform up there. I didn't notice that before. Is there a way to get up there? Huh. Hello, ladder. Okay, here we go. Let's see if our theory is continuing to work or not. Because if our theory does continue to work, like we just need to set all of these different stations in the right order of where they go around this thing here, then it is actually kind of a simple puzzle. Like there's a lot going on, but for us, on our end, it is kind of simple to solve. Let's see what happens. Lay an egg for me, please. We already know it's not gonna die here. Is it gonna die here? Yay, I did it. Oh, and that one's already set in the right spot. That one is not. So we made it through 1, 2, 3. 3 hoops without breaking, which is incredible. Yay us. So many pulleys, I bet you can get up there. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we can. I'm not sure if any of them were interactable, but we're gonna try. Look, you can see it from up here. I was gonna say, you can see it from up at the top of the platform where we were at. So, maybe there's another way to get there. See, how am I supposed to know there's a ladder there? I guess I'm not, except for the fact that I came through that ladder. Maybe that's the only reason they expect us to know. Oh, see, there's like a little rope hanging down. I wish that I could just grab onto that and climb up, but I guess I can't. Oh, the floating lanterns in the water. Another thing that makes this beautiful. Floating lanterns everywhere. Also love this rib cage kind of formation. It's less serene, a little more obvious, a little more not obvious, a little more ominous, but still cool nonetheless. So far this game has felt less scary than Myst and Riven, I feel like. Like, besides the fact that this age is so serene and beautiful, but the, what am I saying? The fact that the main antagonist is so mad at Atreus and wants to get revenge on him, and the way he does that is by making him take his own lessons. Like, literally take his own lessons on world building. It doesn't seem that sinister. It seems just kind of petty. But I can live with petty, I guess. Let's see. And we skipped this one, so I think we need to do this one here. Yeah. I like the sound of this one. I still don't like the look of this one. But at least I like the rhythm. Also, I want this crystal. Wish I could break it. Is there a word for pretty but unsettling? I bet the Germans have one. The Germans have a lot of words. They would probably call it pretty but unsettling, but run together into one singular word. In German, of course. Let's see, I know a little bit of German, so schön is beautiful. I guess that could be pretty. I don't know the word for unsettling, though. Do I know the word for scary? I know the word for bad. That's schlecht. So maybe it could be schön schlecht. Could be their word. I don't know. If you know German, help us out. schön schlecht. We'll call this place schön schlecht. Alright, I feel like this is gonna work. I feel like I don't have anything to worry about. The only thing I am worried about with this puzzle is the very last one. The one on the bottom that isn't lined up the right way. What's gonna happen there? Okay, we did it. We got through that one. The final one is the only one we need to fix. Let's go do that now. And of course now I realize I didn't have to go back and forth every time. I already knew my theory on how this puzzle was gonna work, so I could have just gone through and set them all in that spot and then tested out, but oh well. Hindsight is 20/20. Okay. Real question is, are we going to meet the two brothers again? The red brother and the blue brother? Because I think we decided that they're not dead. Like, Atris destroyed the linking books that they were stuck in, but I don't think... Wait, no. If they were in fake linking books, they would be trapped in the book, right? Or are they just trapped in the area the book leads to? I don't know. I think they're still alive. And I'm wondering if we're gonna see them again. Hello, Tay. Welcome back. Okay. Let's see, is there anything... Where does this go past this? It looks like it just goes into this hole into the house. I don't know why we want something to go in there, but... I think that's the whole point. I think that's what we're trying to do. Love the thunder noises. Okay, I can't help it. I'm gonna run. Sorry to anyone if I miss things because I'm going so fast, but I just want to finish this puzzle. Okay, here we go. How's the adventure so far? So far, so good. We're just where we left off. We're just solving this specific puzzle. And I think we're making good progress. We're about to see if we solved it or not. Okay, we made it all the way through. And I'm still... That little thing on the bottom of our panel still is weird. I don't know if there is a way to fix it or not, but... Anyways, we made the snowball go all the way through. Ooh, what's this? I feel like I want to see that again. I should have paid more attention. It looked like part of the track fell down into the water. Oh, maybe part of the track literally fell down into the water somewhere over here. And then there's a symbol right here that we should probably write down. It's a hexagon with a bunch of hexagons inside of it, right? Those are hexagons? Yeah, they're six-sided. How do I want to draw this? This one's like... I don't want to draw this, actually. I just want to take a picture. I'm going to be lazy. Okay, picture is taken. I bet the blue is going to be important, too. The fact that there's blue around it. I bet they'll all be different colors. Thank you, Tay. So I liked this puzzle. This one made sense. The other ones, I'm not sure if they're going to make as much sense or not. For example, I'm still confused by this one that was like a little, it was like a little lever system. You had to like angle the ramp the right direction. But we tried every single direction, and none of them worked, so I don't know what we're missing on that one. Is this that one? Yes, this is that one. Let's see, up here we can... I guess there's not much that we can do up here. But once we go down there, you can see where my cursor is pointing. Once you go down there, you can get on that panel, and you can shoot snowballs through this track onto this guy right here. But this guy right here, it can tilt up or down. And at every single different level of tilt, the ball broke. Every time. So I don't know what we're missing. We're missing something, but I don't know what it is. You'll see it when you find it? Okay. I will try to go a little slow right now, just to be sure. Don't miss it. Love the scene, love the view. I'm gonna rave about... Oh! That's the first time I've noticed the actual lightning. That was cool. As I was saying, I'm gonna rave about how beautiful this place is until we leave. So, buckle up. I'm gonna get a little repetitive about that. It's just too pretty. I can't stop. The audio is about louder than you. Well, that elevator was. Okay, that's good to know. I can change the audio on that. Let's see. So here's where I got confused. So every time I press one of these, it only lets one of them go to the right at a time. So that means there's only 3 options in this puzzle. Top lever, middle lever, bottom lever. And all of them failed. If you're stuck, I have a 2-word hint. Let's wait on that. I think I want to work on it a little bit longer. But yeah, my first thought is, what if maybe the order matters? What if moving it all the way down to the bottom and then back to the top does something slightly different than just going down here to the middle and then to the top? If that makes sense. I don't think that makes a big difference. Also, does this actually tilt when I move the wheel? It feels like it doesn't actually tilt. Maybe it tilts once I actually shoot a snowball. Maybe that's what's going on. Okay. And so I remember that once we went over to this other area where we used to be, we were able to zoom in on this ball and look at the ball, and one of the quadrants of the ball was a different color. I wonder if it can be in different spaces at different times. Maybe that affects it somehow. Like, let me show you. Let me climb back up there. But if the ball is in a slightly different orientation and then rolls, is that going to affect how it affects this ramp? Logically, it doesn't make that much sense, because it would still be the same way either way, right? Like, just on normal, based on normal physics, it's still going to push the ramp down a certain amount. So maybe this is a dud theory, but I'm gonna pursue it anyways, because I can't do anything else. Okay. So we're looking at it, and the top left quadrant is the different texture, the different color. It looks kind of like crystal. And I can't remember if that's what it was before, or if it used to be different, or... Can't remember it all. So, anyways, top left, let's remember that. Let's run it. Let's come back up and see if it's changed. Maybe it'll be in a different quadrant this time. This puzzle was my nemesis in this age. Good to know. I'm prepared to be confused. Prepared to be confused for a long time until we figure it out. And of course, with puzzles that don't make sense, you always wonder, like, are you just missing like a piece of the puzzle? Is there like a little area that you just haven't gone to? And there's one random lever that you need to pull? And that's what you're missing? I guess there's this area that we haven't gone to. Maybe this is important. That looks like it's just a light. And in any case, I can't interact with it. I can't touch it. But what's back here? What is this gonna do? Weird. Oh, really weird. Ooh, can we make our own ball? Do we have to experiment with different weights of the balls? Let's make this one crystal. Sure. So that's cool. We made our own ball, but how do we get this back up there and change it out? And if we wanted to, we could have it fully brown, and we can have it up to a quarter crystal. Now I'm guessing we would have to go up here to this pulley maybe to bring it up to the ramp. Or maybe this is already hanging onto the other end of that little ramp. So this is already going to affect it just as is. But how do we find the exact right combination of weights and lever points? What do you call that? What's that point in the middle of like a lever? I'm trying to remember the name of that. I don't know my simple machines that well. It's not the trigger point. That's not it. Oh, it's not letting me because I'm not lifted up. Fulcrum. 3 in a row. Thanks, guys. Bam, bam, bam. 3 of you said fulcrum. That was fun. Chat loves simple machines. You guys are simple machines. Simple machine fiends. Alright, let's try this. Well, that's definitely not it. So, I'm gonna go check on this just in case, but I think it's probably in the same orientation / the orientation doesn't matter. I think we just need to make sure that this wheel is in the right spot, this fulcrum is in the right spot, and the weight on the other end is correctly calibrated. I think those are the only things we need to worry about. I do not know. Maybe the book tells us the right combination. I was gonna say, I think I might just have to brute force this and figure it out. But maybe I don't. Maybe I just need to read. Let's see, any pictures? Yes. Okay, so here is a wheel, and there's a little triangle right there, so maybe that means it needs to be on the far right. I don't see a triangle on this side. I don't see a triangle on this side. So I don't know about that. Don't know what's going on here. Do I need to like bring these giant rocks and use them? Also, this wagon wheel is actually like floating in midair. It's not on the track at all. And it doesn't look like there's a spot here to float in midair. There's track going all the way left and right. So, don't know what's going on. Maybe I do need to brute force it. Yeah, what's on sale? I love a good sale. Wait, if I'm gonna brute force it, I should just try all combinations right here. But I guess it's not fully brute force because I do know where this end goes, and this time it was too high. This end was, or was it too low? No, I think it was too high because the snowball smashed into this bottom part of it. So let's see if we can make this part lower. Everyone's having their own Prime Day. Ooh, fun. That was much higher. That was way, way, way too high. So let's push the wheel all the way over to the right. Maybe that'll be better. That makes sense that it's too high right now because before, this little weight on this end in the hut had literally less than half of the weight that we have right now. We like basically doubled it, so it's probably gonna have to be somewhere in the middle. Probably won't need all quadrants on top of it. Okay. So the right side is at the correct height. The left side was too low, right? I think the left side was too low. What's interesting is right now, before the orange ball falls down to this little hammock here, it looks like it's at the exact right spot that it should be. Like the track leads right up to this at this exact height and leaves at this exact height. So we want it to stay parallel, whatever happens. So let's go ahead and do that. How much weight should I take off? We should go somewhere in the middle, right? We had none of those 4 pieces on, then we had 4 pieces on. Now let's do 2 pieces and see where that puts us. Also, I should keep an eye out for pages. We've already found a couple pages in this age, but I bet there are more. Take a dip in the hot springs? Maybe. Maybe these are like the Yellowstone hot springs where like you literally will burn to death if you touch them. That's always so scary to me when you go to Yellowstone. If you haven't been to Yellowstone, you like walk on wooden walkways. Like imagine this was actually just a wooden walkway and then there's pools like this right there, no guardrails. Like just a tiny little inch of extra wood on the side of the walkway so your feet will touch it if you accidentally try to walk off. But you could easily jump off, hop off, step off, and those pools are so hot. People literally have died by like getting inside of them. Like, yeah, really, really scary. Really cool place to be, but be careful if you go. It is terrible. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they should do about that, but they have lots of signs, at least. Say don't touch the hot springs. Okay. So the left end was still too low. The right end was still perfect. So, since the weight that we were just changing in the hut hangs from this end, it probably means that it was too heavy, it was pulling this down too far. So we want to take a little bit more weight off. Yeah, like people go missing and then they find us like a shoe in the hot springs. It's yikes. Very, very scary actually, very sad. The Old Faithful is really cool. That's the giant geyser that shoots every hour and like has shot up super duper high once like every hour for the last how many decades. Really fun. When I was a kid, I went there, and at the gift shop, they had a really cool pen that it felt really advanced as a kid. It would like feel your body heat from your hand holding it, and the body heat was enough that this little bulb at the top of the pen had this like blue liquid in it. That blue liquid was like really, really sensitive to heat somehow, and it would like rise and bubble up at the top like it was Old Faithful. I loved that pen. It broke in like a week, but it was cool while it lasted. Old Faithful might kill us all one day if it explodes. We all die. You had that pen too? Oh my god. You found it somewhere? I never knew that's what it was. That's what it was at Yellowstone, at least. Maybe they repurposed it. Maybe it was something else at the beginning, but I thought it was so cool. So it's still too heavy, and we only have one piece on there. So let's take that piece off and see what happens. I'm gonna run there this time. We've done this walkway a lot. Wait, I can't remember. Were there already pieces on here when we walked in the first time, or was there nothing on here? I feel like there was nothing on here, and that's where we are again. But before I didn't notice exactly how high the ends had to be, so I'm gonna look and see how high this puts them, and then go from there. Maybe the wheel shouldn't be on the far right. Maybe it shouldn't be in the middle. I don't know. I don't know. Show us what you got. You forgot about those? I didn't have a pen, but you had a little glass toy version. Cool. Also those liquid hourglasses that dripped colorful dye when you're... Dripped colorful dye. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Almost like a lava lamp kind of liquid, like it was all like little beads, right? Maybe? Speaking of lava lamps, I want to get one again. Those were cool. Why did those go out of style? Okay, so somehow the right end ended up being too low this time? Yeah. Too low. So not having anything on there is definitely wrong. At least based on this position. So let's add one piece. Did I want crystal or did I want the brown stuff? What did I have last time? I already forgot. I need to stop talking about Yellowstone. Focus. Okay, I want to say that it was crystal. So we're going to take that off. We're going to put the wood on. Is that wood? I bet this is lighter. So maybe this will work better. Yeah, still too light. So I'm guessing that the crystal is a lot heavier than the wood. So let's start adding pieces of wood until it is too heavy, and the top and the right end goes too high. If that's even possible. Maybe 4 pieces of wood won't even be that heavy. Oh, this is not wood. This is like metal. Let's do wood. At least I think that's wood. Yeah, that's a whole different material. So that was too heavy. 2 pieces of wood in this position is too heavy. So, I really doubt that the metal looking piece is lighter than wood, but we're gonna try that. See, this right here was too light. This right here was too heavy. If we add one of these pieces, it'll probably still be too heavy. But let's try one of these pieces by itself. See if that's still too heavy or not. So I just barely noticed these purple designs on the ground. That's kind of fun. Like lichen or something. Are there pages here? Have I missed the pages? Am I just walking by them without seeing them? The old lava lamps got really, really hot. That's how it worked. They burned people's houses down. Or so your dad said when you weren't allowed to get one. That's a cop-out answer for Dad. Our house will burn down. We can't have one. We can't get a cow up. A cat? Our house will burn down. Can't get a dog. The house will burn down. Stop watching so much TV. The house will burn down. No, we're not buying you an iPhone. The house will burn down. So let's see. I already forgot if that was too heavy or too light. My bad. Let's go back. Watching closely. Paying attention. So that was too heavy. So 1 piece of crystal, too heavy. 1 piece of metal, too heavy. 1 piece of wood, too light. 2 pieces of wood, too heavy. This wagon wheel position is just out, I think. So let's try the middle position and see what that does for us. And here is 1 piece of metal in the middle position. So 1 piece of metal in this position, still too heavy, even though it has less leverage. That's interesting. Is it going to be too heavy in this position? Here it'll have very little leverage, but I'm very interested to see what it'll do. That is too light. So how do I explain the math of this? I think with the fulcrum over here, since this has so much less, since it gives the weight so much less, I just said the word, so much less balance, it's going to affect it a lot less. I think we can do finer detail with the weight here. So maybe we need to try the fulcrum on this end a bunch and see what happens. That was far too light. So let's see if we can get it too heavy in this position. Leverage, that's the word I'm going for. My brain said, you used that word once today. That's once more than you ever used it in the last month or two or the last year. So we're just gonna stop using that. You don't need to remember that word. Let's do 2 metal, 2 wood. How heavy is that gonna be? Two wood, too heavy. You also didn't have real Christmas because... Oh, real Christmas trees because the house could burn down. Dang, your dad really was using that excuse all the time, wasn't he? Dads really be like... Do 2 woods, please. Why do you want 2 woods so bad? That was too far. That's much too heavy. And what is the ball made out of? I don't know which ball you're talking about. Are you talking about this weighted ball? Or are you talking about the little snowball kind of things that look like they're made out of glass? Or are you talking about this one here? Oh, this one here? I don't know. Oh, you know what? It might be made of the same materials, and then we just need to balance out these materials. What am I saying? It might be the same materials as this, and so I just need to get the ratios the exact same and put the fulcrum in the middle. Maybe that's what I need to do. 2 woods, least amount of leverage. It looks like you can zoom in on it from this angle. Oh, you can zoom in on it from this angle too. So on this side, it looks like it's all wood. And then from the other angle, we saw that at least one of them was crystal. And it might have been 2 crystal, I'm not sure. Maybe you can zoom in on it from this angle too. Oh, and that's still wood as well, I think. I think it's all... Wait. We don't have enough to make it all wood. Wait, what is our goal? Our goal is to get... Let me go show you. For some reason, that has not been explained, we want that little glass snowball thing that rolls onto this lever thing to not die. That's my whole goal right here, because then it'll go somewhere and do something of which I'm not sure, but it seems like it'll be good and important. So we just want it to not break and then go all the way through this and then continue onto this track to its destination. And yeah. So we got this here. That looks like all wood. And then on this side, it also looks like all wood. Wood, 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 wood. We know those other 2 are wood. This one's wood. It looks like it's all wood, 1 crystal. So, because if we look at it from this angle, I only see 1 quadrant that's a crystal. So that doesn't really help us, does it? Unless there's a way to figure out the ratios of like 1 metal equals 2 crystal weights or like something like that, but I don't think we've done anything that would teach us that. Yeah, so the ball is in 8 parts, and it looks like 7 of them are wood, 1 of them is crystal, but the ball on the other side is has 4 parts wood already on there, and we can add 2 parts wood to get it 6 parts wood, and then we have 2 crystals, so we can have it 2 parts crystal. I don't know how to get it 1 part crystal, 7 part wood. Oh. Okay, then I still say 2 wood and least leverage. You think so? We can try that for sure. Keep making us do algebra. Love math. It would be annoying if balls we used for sports and children came like that. Just interchangeable, change out the weights. Yeah. So, I don't know what else to do by looking at it. I just want to keep experimenting. Ooh, thunder again. Or lightning. Lightning is the light, and thunder is the sound. We saw lightning. Okay, Sassy Flower is begging, so we're gonna give 2 woods, nothing else, and on the least amount of leverage, and see what that does. Okay. 2 woods. Let's do least amount of leverage. See what that does. I feel like it's not a bad idea. Well, actually, it is a bad idea. It's gonna be tilted like all the way up, isn't it? Wait, wrong way. Because woods are the lightest, right? And they have the least amount of leverage. So it's gonna like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Yeah. So definitely too little weight. So let's put it in the middle. Let's put it in the middle. Let's do 2 parts wood, 1 crystal, so it's just supposedly 1 wood lighter than the other one. And then let's see if we're right about that. Let's see, because if it is just 1 wood lighter, then that means that this will be tilted up to the left just a little too much. And then we can go from there. So 2 wood, 1 crystal, probably gonna be barely too light. But I just want to know if we're right. I just want to know if our theory is right. So it was definitely too light, but it felt like it was a lot lighter than I expected it to be. Let's try adding more. If we add another crystal, is it going to be a lot closer? Are we going to go too far? Go too hard. We were too light, now we're too heavy. Let's try taking off the crystal and then let's add... I don't know, what do we want to add? Let's take the wood off, actually. Leave the crystal, leave the extra crystal, take off some wood. See if we can find a balance point that way. Let's take off all the wood, add 2 crystals, see what happens. Because maybe 1 crystal is equivalent to 3 wood. And then our ratio of 7 to 1 would work out. Maybe. Just maybe. Nope, still too heavy. 2 crystals. So that means 1 crystal is heavier than 3 wood, right? Because we want it to be 7 wood, 1 crystal, and let's see. I'm confusing myself already with my logic. But I think 1 crystal is heavier than the wood for sure. What if we did metal instead? Is the metal going to be heavier or lighter than the crystal? So metal was too heavy. Crystal, 2 metals too heavy, 2 crystals too heavy. Let's try just 1 metal. We know that 1 crystal would have been too light, right? Because we did 1 crystal plus 2 wood and that was still too light. So metal is heavier than all of them, I guess. Because if we had done 1 crystal, it would have been too light. But 1 metal was definitely too heavy. So we at least know the ratio. We at least know like a hierarchy of weights. We don't know the ratios of the weights and what they are compared to each other, but we know a hierarchy. But that does leave us running out of options in this configuration, because with this fulcrum in this spot, we've already tried 1 crystal, 2 wood. So we basically tried just 1 crystal, and it was too light. And then we've also tried all the wood that we have, and it was too light. We've tried 1 metal, and it was too heavy. Just 1 metal was too heavy. We can't use any metal in this configuration. Yeah, I don't think there are any other good options with the fulcrum in the middle. I think we have to have the fulcrum at the other end. You're a brute force kind of gal, no finesse. I love the storm in the distance ambience here, I agree. It's beautiful. Taking out single piece and watching it all crumble. Okay. Connections. I need a whiteboard and 7 cups of coffee. Okay, so that was... I don't remember what's there, but whatever it was too light because this end was too low. So let's try adding more. And, you know, before we do that, let's look at the illustration again. Because maybe it'll make more sense now. But also it kind of doesn't. Like, this arrow is pointing towards one of the quadrants. Why? This one is missing. Why? What does that mean? No idea what this illustration is. Oh, look, he's doing stuff with plants. See, these illustrations, this one and these ones, those were easy to do. Those are very, very straightforward. But I don't get how this is supposed to help us. Really, really not sure. So we just had, oh, we had nothing. Of course it's going to be too light. Let's try all the wood that we have. Wait, we've already tried that. That didn't work. Let's try all the wood we have plus 1 crystal and see what that does for us. Still too light. So let's see if we can make it too heavy. Let's do all metal and crystal and see what that does for us. Because hopefully that's not still too light, because otherwise then we've hit our limit in this fulcrum position as well. We wouldn't have any options. Metal and crystal in the lowest fulcrum position. Is this gonna work? Okay. So good, good. We are able to get too much weight in this position, even though we have the least amount of leverage. So let's find a good in between. Let's take off all the... Let's take off both metals and see where we're at. See where that takes us. We'll just have 2 crystals, that's it. In fact, I want to do 2 crystals. Wait a second. Isn't that what I already did? 2 crystals and 2 wood? Let's just leave 1 metal on there. I have goldfish brain today. I'm forgetting things as soon as I do them. You want to do 1 metal and 1 wood, or maybe 2 wood? After this, we can try that. So this is too light. This is... We had 1 metal on there, right? And then some crystals? Yeah, we still have 1 metal and 2 crystals. It's too light. Let's just do 2 metals by themselves and see if that's too light or too heavy. Because I feel like we're getting close. I feel like we're getting to the point where we can just start adding wood or taking away wood, and it'll just fine-tune it. So 2 metal in general is... Wait. That was 2 metal by itself and that was too heavy. And 1 metal plus 2 crystal was too light. Maybe we need 1 metal, 2 crystal, and 1 wood? I need to start writing this down. This was too heavy. And it was 2 metal, 1 crystal? Wait, no. Too heavy, don't forget that it was too heavy. And just 2 metal. Okay, 2 metal in the lightest... the lightest amount of leverage was too heavy. 1 metal And 2 crystal, I want to say was too light. But let's try adding 1 wood on top of that and see what that does for us. You think all crystal would make it work, but the guy broke a crystal piece, so we can't do that. Oh, duh, that's why there's broken stuff here. He broke some of the stuff, and so now we can't do what we're supposed to do. And so maybe there's no option to do it correct right now, and we need to find some kind of cheat gimmicky way to make it work. Maybe. I don't know. Well, anyways, let's try this. We've already ruled out the middle position because it's either too light or too heavy. And we're getting close to ruling this one out if we don't fix it. If we don't find the right position, then we can rule out this position. This is a lot of trial and error, guys. Maybe I should come back to this. Give my brain time to think more. Too heavy. So that was 1 metal, 2 crystal, 1 wood. So we need to make up the difference of that missing crystal. You're on a roll, do your idea. What is the equivalent of a 1 wood piece? Wait, 3 crystal maybe? I'm trying to think of a good way to actually calculate the ratios of the weights. Because we have 1 weight on this end that's set. We can't change this. And it's one that we cannot mimic either on the other end to make things balanced. So how do we use that to measure things out? And if we were able to find things that did balance out exactly with that, then we wouldn't need to calculate it out. That would help us calculate the ratios, but then we wouldn't need ratios at that point because then we solved the puzzle. Like, there's lots of ways here to decide if something weighs more or less, but not the exact ratio, as far as I can tell. Maybe I'm missing something. Let's take 1 crystal off. Still too heavy. I forgot what it was like to do something too light. 1 metal was too light, right? Let's try 1 metal and 1 wood. Metal, 1 wood is too light, so we finally found the other end of the spectrum again. Oof. If there is no balance, what can we rule out? That there is a okay. Yeah. Theism aside, what can we rule out in this situation? We can rule out... I mean, we've ruled out specific scenarios. We've ruled out lots of specific scenarios. Are there any concepts that we can rule out? We've ruled out the center fulcrum. because we found every situation is either too light or too heavy. There isn't one where it balances out. And then I can't remember, because again, goldfish brain today. I can't remember if we ruled out this position, but I feel like we might have gotten close to it at least. We haven't ruled out this position, but we're also getting close to it. So now, are we just ruling out that it's even possible to do at all, or is there something else that we're missing that we need to do? The center is balanced. Does that equate to a 1-to-1 ratio? If the center is balanced. Let's see. I think I need more time to think about this. Maybe I should sit here. Sorry guys, I just need to sit and think and think and think. Because again, we can't change this one on this side, but we can change the side that the fulcrum is on. So like maybe if we do mirror functions, like we do a certain weight with the fulcrum here, and then we do that exact same weight with the fulcrum over here, is that going to tell us exactly how much more or less our weight is than this? I feel like I'm onto something, but I'm not there yet. Let's try it out. What do we have there right now? Because if we got close to what we have on the other end, as close as we possibly can, so 2 wood, 1 crystal, we're missing 1 piece of wood. Maybe that'll tell us how much 1 piece of wood weighs, right? Or maybe it won't tell us that much, because it'll just tell us it's too heavy and too light. Because in this position, right now the left side has 1 less wood. And so of course what's going to happen is the left side's going to be too light, the right side's going to dip down too much. Bad. If we do the same thing in the other side, then the left side has 1. Oh gosh. Of course, still too light. And then if we go all the way over here, now even though we have less weight on this side by 1 wood, we have more leverage, so it'll probably be too heavy. But what does that tell us? I don't think that tells us much about the weights of these. That just tells us that we have more leverage. Yeah. It's okay to come back to this puzzle again? Okay. And if it's to the left, it's 1 to 2, and if it's the right, 2 to 1. Yeah. I feel like that's on the right track, but my brain can't wrap my brain around it. More leverage if we can only get half the weight of the red ball thing. Someday I'll have to get my girlfriend to play this game. I hope she likes it. Less leverage if we can make the ball twice as heavy as the red ball. Less leverage if we can make the ball twice as heavy as the red ball. You might not have... You might not have a girlfriend after you make her play it, lol. She'll at least enjoy the view. She will enjoy these very beautiful views. Maybe she'll fall deeper in love with you. I hope that's what's gonna happen. I know I would. What's the leverage meant to do? It's meant... Well, at first I thought the leverage was just another variable that we had to pin down and get the right one. Like one of these is the right answer, but somehow we can use the different leverages as a tool to teach us about the weights. That's probably what's going on. How do we use the leverage that way? I don't know. I just know we can somehow. It is a variable. Yeah. But I mean, it's a variable and a tool, right? Like both, maybe? I think I will come back to this one. Let's let my subconscious cook on this a little bit. Okay, so what's interesting, real quick before we leave, what's interesting is this little crossed out block is probably referring to the one that he broke. But he talked about this thing. I don't see what he changed there, or if that thing is even part of this. And in the paragraph before, he talks about the material that creates it is like nothing I've seen. It reminds me just a little of the shield, and if it's the same material, it can't be damaged. So maybe he's having trouble damaging this and hasn't changed it at all. That's why he's damaged this. But I feel like I just really don't know what this diagram is telling us. And that bothers me. I feel like if I knew that, it would be a lot simpler. Can we try all the leverages without getting off the platform? If so, then can we just try all the options and only worry about figuring out the right ball combo? True, true. The most efficient brute force option would be that. Okay, what that piece of the diagram is saying, and that's probably the key. There's another puzzle to focus on if you desire, as Dravos suggested. There is another puzzle. There might be more than one more puzzle, I'm not sure. But let's focus on the other puzzle, singular or plural, and then come back to this. But the other one might also be a doozy, because I remember it from last time, and I did not understand it at all. But let's see. We definitely got farther on this puzzle than we did last time, so we'll probably get further on the other puzzle as well. Oops. Keeping an eye out for pages as we go. I love efficient brute force, lol. That's what I get paid for. Isn't that all that science is? Like, if you don't brute force it, then the other scientists don't trust your research findings. Isn't that kind of how it works? So this is how we go back to Janainen, but we don't want to go back to Janainen right now. Another thing to remember is that you are not stuck in this age. You saw a book back to Janainen, you can try other ages too. That is good to know. So let's not do that just yet. Oh, look. That lines up with the one puzzle that we finished had a diagram like this, except it only had specific hexagons lit up and the other ones were dark. I don't know which one is which, but let's try entering it. Let me look at my photos, because I took a photo of it. So it was this one, this one, this one, this one. That's what it was. What is this gonna do? Ah! Okay. So that's probably how I solve this whole island, is once I solve the other puzzle, I'll find a new code, which will open up this bridge, and then another puzzle will open up this next bridge, and then I can go inside the roof here, whatever's inside here. I don't know what's inside here, but this is probably where I want to go. Just for fun, let's try the same code again. I know it's not going to work, but yeah, cool. It's true, reviewer number 2 is a brute force enforcer. Do you have beef with your reviewer number 2? I guess it's possible that other pages on other islands are gonna have more info on this island. So maybe I need to visit all the islands and I'll get more clues about each one. Of this area. Okay. So yes, this confused me a lot last time, but yeah, it confused me a lot. That's a full sentence. I'm leaving it at that. Because lots of things happened that didn't make any sense. Like, first of all, it does look like what's his bucket did break this one too. He's got this little claw stuck in here, so I can't change this. So I might not be able to solve this the way it was originally intended, but I have to find another way, kind of like the lever puzzle we were just working with. Anyways, if you haven't seen this puzzle yet, just watch this. It's wacky. So, first of all, why did it go into that one specifically? And then why did it die? Like, what's that all about? Why? Why? And if I put this here, how does it affect it? That's what I'm confused about this puzzle, is I don't know how my actions are affecting the consequences at all. It doesn't make logical sense to me. Because I just added an extra pin in. And it went into a different area, but why that area? And why did it not die this time after it like zoomed over to the other side? And why is this spinning again now? I guess. Okay, I guess these two little diagrams need to go back to this position at the end. So that's good to know. So there's some logic that we understand to this. And we do know that, there's not much that I know still. I'm still confused about where the snowball comes into this whole contraption. Because I swear the 2 times that we've done it today, it started off in a different slot. And I don't know how it got to a different slot or why. But let's try putting this here this time. No, let's put it here. Let's mirror the other side. Okay, so the console is rotating. Oh, and there's a little light at the bottom. When those holes go around the bottom, like right now, and now, you can see light poking out. Oh. And so that's when the little pin drops down. And then I don't know how that affects other things, but let's put these 3 there in a row and see if we can watch them all drop down. You never know how my actions affect the consequences. Okay. Landed there. And obviously that one that's broken and stuck didn't fall through. And so I bet that's part of the reason that the snowball died right there. It was because the little pin is stuck, it couldn't fall through. I don't know how that affected this, but it did. Let's maybe when these pins fall through is when these little copper things pick the snowball back up and shoot it to the other side. That's my new theory. Okay, it's over there. It pops through. Switches to the other side. It's gonna rotate all the way around. It's never gonna rotate. It's never gonna pick up the snowball again because I don't have any pins on this side. And that'll be the end. Poof, it's gone. Okay, so I'm starting to see more logic to it. What I'm not seeing is where I want the ball to go at the end. Like, what is the end goal here? Because there's one track leading to this contraption, but I don't see any tracks leaving. Is it down lower? Am I missing it somewhere? Oh, there's one right here. Where does that go? See, this is the one that it comes out of, I think, and heads to our contraption, our little doohickey. And is this the one that it comes back through and then it needs to go over there? I might be very wrong, but that's what I'm gonna assume for now. So... let's see. Pay attention to the consoles operates as well. Okay. Do we want to go over twice? Do the first peg again, change the second peg around? Maybe. Maybe we just want to see how many times we can make it pop back and forth. Maybe that's our whole goal. Okay, because we made it spin over here. If we have it come back over here, will it hop over twice? There are 84 combinations to try, just brute force it. I don't want to brute force this one too. Okay, spinning, drop. It's gonna go to the other side. Spinning. Oh, this one spins the same way, spins clockwise. Or the other way. This one spins clockwise, so now it'll go over. Oh. Some of these little slots are empty and don't actually hold the snowball. So if it falls into one of these empty slots, it dies. So we want to plan this out to make sure it's always landing in one of the slots that actually has a bottom, and we'll hold it up. And yeah, what I'm still confused about, again, is even though we know that there's this track right, that one of these tracks is here, that we wanted to go through. Wait. I need to watch it go down again. Let's try this. Which track does it enter on? I might be looking at the wrong track. Okay, so it goes... Oh. I was looking at the wrong track. And boom, splash, that didn't work. It's gonna reset. Do. Okay, so I thought it came in on this track right here that the cursor is hovering over, this one, but it doesn't. That's the one that it needs to leave on. It comes in on this track and then hops into there. So I want it to land in this hole right here. I think that's my goal. So right now, if we look at it, I like having one here because then it definitely works. If it does, I'm gonna try something out. Because I'm worried that this one that's pinned in there, if this one touches the bottom while it's over there at all, then it's just game over. That's when it ends. So let's see if this works or if it dies immediately. I don't know if I'm explaining myself well, but I just want to make sure that that claw isn't something we have to avoid. And it's not. Maybe it's just a dud. We don't have to avoid it. Okay. Spinning. Okay. So it's not a death sentence. But this is not a good configuration. This is gonna work. Yeah. Those bottoms bounce the ball up. The rails do not grab the balls. Oh, that's good to know. There's 4 levels of crossovers. There's 1 crossover, 2, 3, and 4. And we do need it to end up, we can retrace our steps here. So it looks like this guy right here leads to the spot that we want it to drop into. So it needs to come from here. And it always rotates, which direction? It rotates counterclockwise, this one does. So we need to, oh gosh, this is hurting my brain. Somehow we need to have it right here when one of the red things falls. And where does it start? It starts here every time? Where does it start? I already forgot. I'm gonna do a random configuration to make sure I at least see something, but I don't remember where it starts. Okay, So it does start in that spot right there, on the bottom of the left side. And it's gonna die right now, because there's nothing left on the left side. But if we... Oh, shoot. I was gonna say if we had one go right now, it would have been in the right spot. But this left-hand diagram doesn't have a hole right there. So that wouldn't have worked. Let's see. Clue to see. The third level crossover goes directly to our to the outshoot. But we can use that as a clue to see how the puzzles can be solved. Okay. Yeah. So if we had just put one peg right here, I think you're right. I think that would have solved the puzzle that fast. Because the ball starts right here, and it would have rotated once, twice, once, twice, and then it would have hopped up and then done. So that's why this one is broken. That's the easy way to do it. But instead, what do we want to do instead? I feel like I'm overwhelmed with options. I feel like there's lots of ways that it could work. Like if we had it rotate once, hop over, go all the way around, hop over, and then rotate twice, maybe that would work. Once, all the way over, twice, then we would have one here, right? I think I'm onto something. Let's see. And then the other one we wanted to go, let's see, so rotate once, go here. We want this one to go all the way back around to this spot and then end up where we started. So it needs to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's what I want. We're gonna try this out. Yep, that's why he destroyed it, to try to solve it backwards. Okay. Let's see if my theory's working. So it's gonna rotate once, hop over. It's gonna go almost all the way around, and then hop over and just go back to where we started. I forgot that the panel rotates the opposite direction of what I thought. I need to put it in the other side. Okay. I still am not done with this theory. I think it can still work. So I did not need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 around this way. I need to go the other way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. I think. Trying again. Okay, so rotating once, hopping over, rotating 5 times before hopping over and ending up exactly where we started. Back over. Oh, dang it. That doesn't work because there's an empty slot there. I forgot about the empty slots already. So that's not what we want. Let's try another route. So if we start here, if we rotate 3 times, maybe let's try that. Let's rotate 3 times, end up here, go over here, and then rotate 1, 2, 3, 4 times maybe, and then hop over here, which will be filled once we've done an odd amount here, and then 1 time. So 1, 2, 3 on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side. And then 1, 3, 5, 1, I think is what I want. So 1, 2, 3. Here's 5. Here's 1. And I could review it again, or I could just try it. Let's just try it. Grumpy Llama, I want you to know that Automod blocked your comment for sexual terms peg hole. Let's see if I can let that one through. You dirty dog. Okay, so far so good. Oh, I think 5 was too many. I think I wanted to do 4. Yeah, that's not gonna work. It's like the blue hole on the left is where you want it to end up eventually. Like this one right here, you mean? I think that is where we want. We want it to be in this spot. And then pop over to this spot. So I still need to try the theory that I had last time. I just need to do it correctly. So I need to go 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side. And then 1 more on this side. Because that will put us, we'll start here. We'll go around 1, 2, 3. Hop all the way over to here, which is filled in. It's not an empty slot. We won't die. Then on this side, we will rotate 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right here. Hop on over. And right now, this one's an empty hoop. But once we've done an odd number of turns on our first turns, this will be filled in. And then we'll rotate 1 more right here. Hop on over to our exit point, is what I'm thinking. Wait, never mind. No, the one where you can put a peg in. Wait. Okay. So here we go, rotating 3. 1, 2, 3. Right over, rotating 4, not 5. Over once, rotating once. I think this is doing it. I think we're there. There we go. Okay, I liked this puzzle now. Now that I understand it, I think it's really, really satisfying. So that's the 3rd bridge? I think that's what the animation was saying, was this is the 3rd bridge. If we try this code on the 2nd bridge, it's not gonna work. Good use of the yippee, way to go. Let me take a picture of this. We'll try it on the 2nd bridge anyways, in case I'm misunderstanding it. But I think that's what's gonna happen. Finally got it. Yay. Did you save the picture? I have the picture on my phone right here is what I did. Yeah. So let's see, where was that bridge? It was all the way over here, right? No. No, it wasn't over here. It was over here. Making sure I'm not missing things. Yummy man. Yep, he's down here on the floor. He looks like he's contemplating hopping up on the desk, but doesn't want to just yet. Oh, I spoke too soon. He wanted to just right then and there. Hello. Okay, Where is that bridge that we wanted? We haven't gone to this area, have we? This area is completely unused so far. Don't know how that's gonna come in handy. Do we see a panel that we can use to look up above this? No. Anyways, oh gosh. We need to remember all three of these. It doesn't hold it for us. So, this one was easy to remember. And then this is the one that's not going to work because we have the wrong puzzle. But if I look at my phone, I'll try it anyways. Oh no, it does work. Okay, cool. So we've got 2 out of 3 puzzles. And then we just need to figure this one out before we can go into here. Or maybe we won't go in here. Maybe a ball will come out of here and go to this area that we don't know about. Is this what the, what am I saying? Is this what the animations of the bridges falling down were about? Is this where they happened? How do we get them back up? I feel like we need those back up. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. Ask Yama what we should do for that ball materials puzzle. Yamaha? What should we do? How do we solve the balls and fulcrum puzzle? What do you know about balls and fulcrums? He's silent. I think we're asking the wrong questions. He is wise. We'll have to run away from the ball like Indiana Jones. Ooh. That'd be fun. That's honestly my favorite ride at Disneyland. Indiana Jones. I just think it's so... I just love going into the caves. Or I love the world building that they have. The mood setting. It just is fun. Makes me feel like a kid again. It is a ride, yeah. I don't think it's a ride in Disney World, but it is a ride in Disneyland, the one in California. I have never been to Disney... Well, that's a lie. I have been to Disney World once, but only for half a day, and I only went to Epcot. So I don't know much about it. Disneyland, though, been several times. Love it. Yeah. Okay, Yamaha, you see this? Oh, he's looking. What are you gonna tell us? He loves that cursor. I don't know, my brain is numb when I look at this now. My brain is numb. I keep trying to think of the logic we were leaving it on and see if I can push it further, but I doesn't really want to. Your mom wasn't a Disney adult for me to not know every single ride at Disney World. Dang. Every single ride? How many are there? Disney World is huge, isn't it? I never wanted to go to Universal Studios until I saw that they are making a Nintendo World in Orlando with a Donkey Kong Minecart Madness roller coaster. That does sound fun. They're gonna have barrels, right? Like barrels rolling down the tracks. That sounds really fun. I've not been to Disneyland since I was a teenager. Okay, nice. It's like You don't have to do it to live a happy life, but it is kind of fun. The last time I did it, it was paid for. I don't know if I would go again, paying for myself, but it was paid for because I had just taken over teaching at a band at a high school, and because I used to be a band teacher. And so I took over halfway through the year, and the previous band director had already planned this trip at the beginning of the year. And so just by proxy, by showing up at the right time, I got to go to Disneyland for free. It was really fun. You haven't been since 2014. I think Disney World is overhyped now, but maybe that is because I would have to pay for it myself. Oh well. See, that I think that's what ruins the magic. If your parents or someone else is paying for you, incredible. If you're paying for yourself, maybe it's not as fun. Maybe it would I feel like if I dropped that money on Disneyland, my expectations of what I need it to be to feel like I had a good time would be that much higher. Whereas if you're doing it for free, it's like anything that's joyful there is like something you wouldn't have gotten otherwise, but it's all exciting. The only amusement park I've been to is Cedar Point. Everything else was too far for our family. I'm not familiar with Cedar Point. Is that like a bunch of roller coasters? Is it like themed after something? The little local amusement park in my neck of the woods is called Lagoon, and it's kind of fun. It's got some fun rides. But I remember going there immediately after going to Disneyland, and by comparison, it was not as fun. And that might have ruined it for me. Maybe I should have waited a lot longer after Disneyland so the comparison wouldn't put a bad taste in my mouth. The true magic was the credit card debt we made along the way. I've heard Cedar Point is dope. A lot of roller coasters. Love. We haven't had any roller coaster ride things in this game. In Riven we had them all over the place, but in this one I don't think we've seen a single one. Have we? These snowballs have been having lots of roller coaster rides. Lucky bastards. But not us. I like Carowinds, but one of their coasters broke in some scary way recently, I think. Yikes. I have been to Carowinds once. It was fun. I was marching drum corps, and so we had a free day there. If any of you guys are drum corps fans, you know how precious those free days are. But I was getting a little sick, and didn't really have the option to stay home and sleep. Like, I was just with the corps, I had to go. And so I didn't spend as much time riding the roller coasters as I would have liked, because I spent a lot of time sitting down and trying to rest. But oh, to be a snowball on a coaster. By the way, I bet there's a little overlap, but there might not be any of you here. Are any of you guys DCI fans? Because the scores from yesterday's show, crazy. Blue Devils tying for second, not just in second place, tying for second, and Carolina Crown getting fourth in brass. That is insane. When is the last time that's ever happened? This is a wild season, guys. DCI fans, Drum Corps International. I'm a big nerd, and I was a big band nerd, so I really follow DCI every summer. My favorite corps is Carolina Crown, and they're not doing super hot this year so far. I hope they pull it around. You are not? Okay. Yeah, DCI. I bet they'll pull through. But yeah, their brass is almost always first place. And if they're not first place, they're second place barely. So to have them fourth place is something I haven't seen ever. Not that I've ever known. It's crazy. Okay, let's refresh on what we learned. Okay. Well, we learned that on this end, let me get all the way up there so we can look at it. We learned that this ball on one side of the little lever is 7 parts wood, 1 part crystal, I assume. It could be 7 parts metal, maybe, but I don't think that's right. I think it's 7 parts wood, 1 part crystal. And so if that were true, and we were able to do that exact same thing on this side, on the one that's in this hut, and put the fulcrum in the middle, then they would be balanced out perfectly, and easy peasy, the puzzle would work, we'd be done. But unfortunately, our friend destroyed the extra wood piece in here, and so now we can't do that. We don't have the exact match. So either we need to find the equivalent of that, or we need to push the fulcrum point over so we get more or less leverage, and find another equivalent based on that leverage, so that this little tube will stay parallel to the ground once the snowball rolls through it, and so it doesn't break. And we think that somehow using the different fulcrum points, we can learn more about the weights and their ratios. But I'm struggling to come up with ways to figure out exact weights or exact ratios. I can find relative weights really easy, because either it's heavier than this or it's lighter than this. But finding specific things is harder. But I want specific things because then I can use that to figure out exactly what I need to do. So yeah. That is wood. Okay, that's good to know. 7 parts wood, 1 part crystal, right? Which material is the lightest? We know that wood is the lightest. We know that crystal is medium and metal is heaviest. So, yeah. So like we could put it in the middle and put just 1 metal piece on there. That way this side is 4 wood. Actually, we shouldn't even be thinking of this in ratios of 8. Because even though this is 7 wood, 1 crystal, well, maybe we should, never mind. I was gonna say that maybe we can ignore 4 of those because there's 4 wood on here all the time. But those 4 wood on the bottom are gonna be more or less, are gonna have more or less leverage depending on where the fulcrum is. So maybe they are important, huh? Yamaha's trying to knock my thing over. What is the base of the counterweight made of? I think it's wood. But it's possible that we are wrong. Oh, and it also has this thing on there. I don't know if the other side has this or not. In fact, I kind of think it doesn't. We should go look for that. But this big stone might be messing things up. This guy right here has a base of all wood. I feel pretty confident about that. And we can add up to 2 wood or 2 crystal and or 2 metal, or some combination of the 3. And again, what we really want to do, if it wasn't broken, we would do 1 crystal, add 3 more wood, so we have the exact ratio of 7 wood, 1 crystal. Is there a way to figure out how many wood a crystal is worth? Because I feel like that would help us a lot. Yam yawning and showing those teethies. He loves to show off his teeth. He gets little snaggle tooth sometimes. It's really cute. Cat is on your lap. purring until she decides she has beef with my hand. Uh-oh. Yam is such a good glare. He has a death stare. He will just look at you and without putting any energy out, just like threaten your entire existence. Simple stares. He is very good at glaring. Okay. So, I'm gonna try and focus on just figuring out how many wood pieces a crystal piece is worth. Because I do think a crystal piece weighs more than 3 wood. I do know that. Because if we go over here and we put the fulcrum in the middle, where it is, right now we have, let's see, we're missing 3 wood because I didn't put any wood on top. So we're missing 3 wood, but we have 1 extra crystal. Does that crystal equal the 3 wood that we're missing? And it doesn't. Because if we do this, it'll be too heavy. I think the crystal is more heavy than 3 wood. Yep. 1 crystal weighs more than 3 wood. Does it weigh more than 4 wood? I don't know if I have a good way to figure that out. Does it weigh less than 5 wood? Also don't know. Really, really don't know at all. Okay, so half this counterweight is equal to half the ball. Correct. Correct. We can also figure out if 1 metal weighs more than 4 pieces of wood, or if it weighs more than 3 pieces of wood and 1 piece of crystal. Let's just put 1 metal on there. I think it will weigh more. I think it weighs a lot more than that. But let's just try it out again. It weighs a lot more. How many crystals equals a metal? That I don't know how to figure out either, honestly. So 1 metal and 4 wood is greater than 7 wood and 1 crystal. Correct. 1 metal and 4 wood is our counterweight right now, and it weighs more than this. So this is probably just like a logic puzzle of this is more than this is less than this, A is less than B is more than C, how much is C? And so I just don't know how to lay out the information the most efficient way for that. Well, is the ratio of wood to crystal the same as a crystal to metal? That I don't know. I imagine maybe? Maybe? Let's see. If we move the fulcrum, then we can test out and see if 1 metal... I think I have an idea for testing out the ratio of crystal to metal. We are gonna put it all the way. Wait. Let's see. Let's leave it over here for now. Let's put 1 metal on. Oh, there's already 1 metal. And see if that's more or less. Because if it is more and 4... Oh, except I can't put 4 crystals on. So one metal was not heavy enough in this position, and if we have two metals... I swear I had a train of thought and it just derailed and I can't find it again. What was I gonna do? If wood equals 1, then going theory is crystal equals 4. I think so. Because crystal is more than 3 wood. I hope probably more than 4 wood. Pull it again. Can pull it again. And so from this position, we can try lots of different... What am I saying? From this position, we can compare a lot of different amounts on our side just by seeing which ones are too heavy and which ones are too light. And then that we know that A is greater than B and B is greater than C. And then maybe we can add all these equations together to figure something out. I'm gonna start... I'm just gonna make a list right now. In this position, what combinations are too heavy and what combinations are too light. And then that way we can compare those two groups of things and maybe come up with a ratio from that. Sometimes you need to see it again to regain the thought. That's fair. So right now in this position, I'll label this lightest leverage. And too light is 1 metal. One metal is too light. 2 metals, if I remember correctly, it was too heavy, but let's do it again just for the, just to write it down. Too heavy. Yamaha scooching my mouse around with his tail. Let's see. If we put 2 crystals on, is that too heavy or too light? When you're making that list, are you counting half the weights that are already equal to each other, or are you excluding that? I think I mathed it out. Yam says to look up at the stars and ask for their guidance. Stars, please help us. What are the stars saying? I don't think they're saying much. So let's see, 2 crystals, what's gonna happen? I think it's gonna be too light. Wait. That was too heavy. Was that 2 crystals? I already forgot if that's what I put on. Because if that's 2 crystals, that means that 1 metal is equal to like 1.5 crystals. Is that right? Oh, 2 crystals plus 1 metal. 2 crystals plus 1 metal is too heavy. Okay. Let's try 2 crystals on their own. I don't think I've learned anything yet. This game would be pretty bad if all you had to do was look up for the answer. I don't know, in Riven they had multiple ways to solve the puzzles, right? Maybe this is just an alternate way. Another clue. Okay, 2 crystals or 2 lights. If we add a wood, there's still 2 lights. Let's add 2 wood. And if our theory is that each level is 4 times the previous level, a crystal is 4 wood and a metal is 4 crystals, then I think this is still going to be 2 light. Two lights. So 2 crystals, 2 wood, 2 lights. So I am curious, what if we had 2 wood and 1 metal? What would that do? Well, we solved it, but I wanted to actually figure out the way to solve it. That wasn't the way to solve it. That was just brute force and luck. But we know that, yay, we did it. Dang it. I'm almost disappointed. Ha. Okay. Anyways, perfect was, what was that again? Was that 2? That was 1 metal, 2 wood. I still really want to figure out the right way to do this. I mean, now that we know the correct one, I'm sure we could make... Oh, and it's locked now. It was 2 metal, 2 wood. Or 1 metal, 2 wood, for sure. My theory was... I don't know if you can really read my handwriting, but I had like this comparison of things that were too heavy or too light. And then we could make a bunch of statements from that, like A is greater than this, but less than this. And maybe from there we could like algebra together, like an actual ratio. That was my going theory, is what I was gonna do. Yeah. You can explain now if you would like. I almost want you to not yet, because I want to still work on it. I might even just work on it off stream, like I might load my last save and come back here and see if I can figure it out. Oh yeah, the little stick people mobile thing. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was a lot of balancing. back on the other island too. The fulcrum on the left is a 2-to-1 ratio. That's cool, but how do you know that? I feel like you've got to find a way to know that. I'll let you know if I figure this out off stream. But anyways, it looks like we now have, did I take a picture of that? I did not take a picture of that. Let me take a picture of that. Once I have that picture, we will have all the puzzles, all of the codes that we need to lift all the bridges, and then maybe have our Indiana Jones puzzle ride. Maybe we'll have to run away from a rolling ball. 1 to 2, oh. Yeah, how would you... My brain hurts. How would you figure out the ratios of the different fulcrum points? Like, how do you know for sure? Okay. Let's look at my codes here. We got, not that, this one. Okay, now let's try this one. This is a cool, like, I like this pattern here. It's a fun way to have codes. I feel like each formation is satisfying. Alright, are we gonna have to run away? Or are we just gonna climb up? Oh! Oh no, we get to go inside. I thought those were gonna keep spinning around and it was gonna be like wipe out, like we have to like jump from place to place and not get hit. But no, it's just a staircase. It looks complex in here. I don't know if I'm prepared to solve this puzzle. If it's a puzzle at all. Maybe that's just the inner workings. Oh, is that a chair? What is this?
What's the matter, Atris? Can't remember how things work? Yet you explained this class so well when we first spoke of it in Orion. I want Cirrus and Achenar to learn everything they can, Saavedro. First from Amateria, Idana, Voltaic, and finally from Narayan. When my boys come to see your people, I want them to see Narayan's traditions at work, so they can see how civilization can balance an age. Do you know what they did when they finally came to us? You never came back. After class was over, you took your boys away, and you never came back. Cirrus and Achenar did.
Okay, so maybe Atris was irresponsible and didn't watch over his sons / the people that his sons had control over. Maybe he deserves all of this. But also, where is Atris? What is he doing? Why does he follow us into here? Oh, we're flying now. Oh, and this is where we finally solve this puzzle. What is this gonna be? Okay, interesting, interesting. This looks like one of those puzzles where you have to like map up all, or like match up all the different endpoints so everything connects to something, I think. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I don't know if I can get this one to not have like a leftover trailing end, because this one's trailing off to nowhere right here. Now this one is. Now this one is. Maybe it's more about connecting these points to the right spots. This one can't connect at all. Interesting. So how are we supposed to figure this one out? Should be more worried about wearing some sunblock than messing with all these puzzles. Flip it, spin it, flick it, pop it. Are you liking Exile so far? Have you done any other ages before this one? I have. We did Myst, and then we did Ribbon, the OG Ribbon, and now we're on this one. We're going straight through. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I liked Myst a lot. I liked Ribbon equally. I still haven't decided which one I liked better. I think I liked them for different reasons. And then this one so far, I'm really loving this island, or this age. This one's really, really pretty. But yeah. You like the aesthetic of Amateria, but was the only age I got stuck on for a bit. Okay. I think this is the most liked one. I can see why. Sunsets, little reflection pools, lanterns floating on the water. It's really, really pretty. Okay. What's your favorite one? What's your favorite age in Myst III? Oh, you mean other ages before this one? This is the only age that I've done. So like we followed Saavedro into Janine, into that little main area, and then we found this book leading to this age, and we haven't found the other ones yet. Let's see. And are these things down here, do all of these little spots in this room correlate with the stuff on the panel upstairs? I feel like that might be what's going on. Because this one's, well, they're all the same color. Red, 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 red. So I don't know if that helps us. I see colors up here. This is green. Does this point to one of the doors? No, it points in between the doors. So that doesn't help us, I don't think. You don't know which one your favorite would be in Exile. Okay. Never went down there to check, so that never thought about that. Let's see. It kind of looks like these could be it. Like this one looks like one of the spots. I don't know. Is this a hexagon or an octagon, this room? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is an octagon. If we go upstairs, does it look like an octagon there as well? Exile is a game I have the least time put into played or watched. Okay. I've heard mixed reviews about the game in general from the fandom. I feel like some people, it's their favorite actually, but a lot of people seem to think that it like goes a little bit downhill from Riven after, like, this game is a little bit downhill from Riven. Haven't made a decision yet, for my own opinion. So far, I like it. But I have heard that there are mixed reviews. Started with Riven on the PS1 with my mom. I fell in love with the game immediately. It was so mystical. It's a cool game. I'm kind of jealous of all these people who have memories of playing them with their parents and like with their family. That seems really, really fun. Okay, I could kind of see this being a hexagon area if we had these 4 sides, but all the corners were also cut off. So there's like, this is one of the doors, this is one of the doors, this is one of the doors. Let's, I don't know, let's try and have one thing point towards every one of them except for this one, because I can't. And let's see if that lines up with what's going on downstairs. It's smaller than Riven. It's meant to be a training area. Okay. Generally, Exile is well liked. It can just be shorter and easier, and being the first non-cyan one, it's just not as much of a big hitter as the others. Okay. The big positive part is Saavedro. Myst and Riven are iconic, then Revelation is controversial, but also pretty long, so generally people have more time put into it. Okay. I'm excited to get into the controversy. Let's see. So down here, this one has one connecting to it. This one does not. This one, I can't tell if this one does. Doesn't look like this one does. I don't know if this does line up with what's going on upstairs. In either case, it doesn't look like it's, even if it does line up, it doesn't look like it's necessary to know this in order to solve the puzzle. What is necessary to solve the puzzle, I don't know. Like, it looked like we almost needed to connect from color to color. Oh, whoops. Oh, okay. Let's do this pattern again. I want to go back up to the top. Like, maybe we need to get a path from one color to the next color to the next color to the next, so something can flow through that, and that's what we need to do. Let's see. Maybe once we can figure out an order to the colors, then this puzzle will be easy. Rough. So we can fly through them. I want to ride the rails. I want to ride the rails too. Wait a minute. Is this little thing here a ball that we're gonna could this have to go down the rails while we're in the chair? It does feel like we're in a ball of some sorts. That could be really fun. I like the style of 3 and 4 and how it's still node-based point and click, but 360 control console. I do like the style here. It is kind of fun. But I don't know. I also like the retroness of the more static views instead of the 360 views. Different. I don't know. That was fun. So what I'm confused about here now is if we're connecting to the colors, are we connecting from this end or from the other end? I guess it's not this end. It's definitely not this end, because on this end, on red, there's literally nothing that we can do to connect to it. So we must have to connect to these ends, is what I'm guessing. So, for example, if we wanted to go red, blue, yellow, green. Is that possible? Is that something we could do? We could go here. I don't know if that is possible. Could go red all the way to... Huh. This circle is useless. No matter how you change it, it's always the same. Oh, so interesting. Okay. What if we started with green? I'm just kind of playing around with it at this point. If we started at green and came out this side, and we wanted to go to... If we did here, it would go straight to the tail end of yellow, which I don't think is what we want. If we did that, that would be the same. Well, no matter what we do, we have to go over here to this tail end. It doesn't look like there's another option. So green all the way over here to the tail end of yellow. If we go from yellow here, we can go over here to the tail end of green. So those two are connected. Again, just playing with that at this point because I don't know what I'm doing. So blue we can connect over here, and that doesn't really work very well. Blue we can connect directly to yellow. Everything's connecting to... If we can get everything connecting to something, maybe that's what we need. When it's up there, look all around. Oh, okay. Your goal is to get a ball to go through the whole system. The old slideshow, point and click. Look at the island from their viewpoint. Okay, from this viewpoint. It is very pretty. We've got a bunch of puzzles we've solved. We've got this one we just barely finished. We've got this one. This one was my favorite. Actually, no. Scratch that. This one was my favorite. Once I understood it, it was the most fun. But, it's hard to see an order to this. I guess, is this roof kind of green? And this roof is kind of yet red? And this doesn't really have a roof of any color. And this one also looks green. So, I don't know, maybe there's not a good way to line this up. Color-wise. I thought I saw colors when you looked straight up. Oh, good eye. Oh. Ah. Okay, fun. Let's try all of those. It looks like this one's going through one that we already solved. Interesting. Interesting. So it went from the lever, the fulcrum puzzle, to the spinny puzzle. And from the spinny puzzle, it goes straight to the end. So we want to start We don't want to start this one. We want to start on this one because it looks like this one might be the first one. Don't base it on the type of puzzle. Each puzzle corresponds to a colored button. Okay. So this blue one... Oh! Oh my god, we are doing it right. Oh, fun. Are we gonna die if I didn't set it up correctly? Here we go. Well, we're finally getting our roller coaster ride. This is fun. I like that we're staying upright even though the ball is spinning around us. It's a nice touch. Probably took quite a bit of engineering. Through the caves now. Welcome to the best part of this age. I like it a lot. Alrighty. And the spinny puzzle, this one's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting, at least. Here we go, we're rotating. Hopping. Rotating again. Okay, rotating one more time. There we go. Hopefully these are set up now. Huh. Well, that was fun. Are we just drawing that picture down? Is that what's going on? Okay, so that's obviously important. It lets us look at it here. Fun stuff. Best part of the game even, okay. We can stop right here then? Is that what you're saying? That's why it went Bert. Imagine this in VR. Could be fun. It could be very fun. It's funny imagining Atris making that roller coaster as a reward for the kids. That is fun. That's so cute, even if they did turn out evil. I don't know if I just figured it out on the first try. I feel like I really didn't understand the logic of the spinning path puzzle. But I don't know if I needed that to make this part work. Maybe I need... I don't know. Some people find that last puzzle very hard. I go home, solved it in a breeze. I just tried to make sure everything connected. Is that what I was supposed to be doing? I wasn't sure if that was what I was supposed to do or not. But I guess I got lucky. Does that mean we're done with this age, guys? I'm almost sad to leave it. I liked this one. I love this music here, too. It's all about connection and flow, because we flow through it all. Connection and flow. Can we go back? No. We would have to use the linking book to come back, I bet. Alright, well, here we go. Let's go back to Janainen. Aegis maybe turned out to be a bad father, but it's not as surprising with Gen being his dad and having been abandoned by him for a while as a kid. Fair. That would make it hard to be a good parent, sure. I would be a bad parent, and I was not abandoned by my dad, so... But that makes it that much harder. Alrighty. Oh, interesting. It brings us back here. Cool. So what did that do, though? Because I imagine that we're trying to get into this cage, into this book, to follow Saavedro. But how do we do that? What did that journey teach us? I guess we got this little thing. Maybe we'll need to use this somewhere to open up this cage. And hopefully this doesn't just play that message again. No, skip. I don't want to see that again. Not right now. All right. I'm sorry about the balance puzzle spoiler. I should have realized you wanted to go back and figure out why you solved it. That's okay. It's okay. I still don't understand the spoiler, so I need to... I'll still have lots to play around with to figure out how you even figure out that spoiler. Like, how do you know that's a 2-to-1 ratio on the different fulcrum points? It's still going to take some processing. Yeah, you're right. It is gonna... Lots of time. It's gonna be needed. I'm bad with simple machines. Okay. Alright. I think this is a good natural pausing point, guys. Because we solved one of the ages, we've got 2 other ages, and then eventually we'll have a full picture that helps us follow Saavedro. But, this has been fun. Yeah, not so simple machines. Yeah. We should end with the paper. What do I do with the paper? Do I need to put it in here, maybe? I should try that. Oh, it's not water. I thought that was a pool of water. Okay.
Not so easy, is it, Atris? Running like a rat through a maze, looking for some sign that'll help you save your world. Is it over here? Is it over there? Is it someplace I can't find? Sirius and Akinar didn't care about saving Narayan. All that talk about fixing instabilities, rewriting the age so that we would be free to live our lives, that was just talk to hide the truth of why they had come. But we believed their lies, Atris. So we abandoned our traditions, forgetting that those traditions were keeping Narayan alive. And when the lattice trees started to die, I followed them here to tell them what they had done. And they laughed. They said they would never fix Narayan. They said that they had already taken everything it had worth saving. So, my dear old friend, Atris, I brought you to this place where your education begins. Find the remaining 2 symbols, and then come see what your boys did to Narayan.
Okay, so good acting. He's very scary. It's very dark. I kind of don't like how much weight he's putting on. How much weight he's putting on Atris probably hating having to do his own puzzles. I feel like Atris would love doing his own puzzles and would be great at it. So like it's weird for this guy to be getting so much mirth. Like, ha ha ha, you have to do your own puzzles that you made just a little differently. It feels not that sinister. But I guess there's more sinister things that he probably has in plan for later. Yeah. Red and Blue brothers still causing trouble for us. It's true, they sure are. Yeah. Anyways. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been a fun stream. Let's go ahead and find someone fun to raid. Well, remember that he stole a book from Atris in the beginning. Atris would likely rather get the book back instead of having to go through the puzzles. True. So this is like, you have to do all your puzzles while you're like missing this book that you desperately want and desperately need back. That would be frustrating. Let's see if anyone else is doing Myst or Riven. I see people playing the remake, so I probably will not stick around and watch them, just because I don't want spoilers about the remake. But let's go ahead and raid one of these people. Thanks again, guys. It's been really, really fun. We will have to see you guys on Sunday. Have a great week, guys.